This episode of Real Garbage is brought to you by terrible accents, mate.
This episode is also brought to you by pretty okay accents. Yep, that's all I got to say, really, mate.
Now, hold on. It's also brought to you by other accents that maybe sound like hybrid accents mixed between, like, two or three. I tend to do that sometimes. Now, come on. Just give me a little credit.
Just a wee bit, little credit.
Little credit.
This is Real Garbage.
What the fuck was that? What are we doing here?
Oh, my God.
Accents.
Wow.
I don't know why I do that one. That come on, all the time.
on, now.
I'm just in my apartment by myself going, come on. We got to put the toast in there. Stir the soup, come on.
I do that at home too, but with my like hybrid of Australian and New Zealand. I'll be like, Brandon, it's time to go to bed. I don't know what you're doing, mate, but chip chop, hurry up.
Come on.
Come
on.
Get it together, mate. What the fuck are you thinking?
What the fuck, mate?
What the fuck, mate?
Hey, getting on?
How you getting
No,
on?
that's more Newfie. Hey, getting on there, bye.
How you getting?
Yeah, getting on
You
there.
hurry up there, bud.
Whose car are we taking to the bar?
I
I say car and bar.
car.
I don't know why. I'm like,
car
is that a
and
car?
bar.
No, a car. Not a car. A car.
I was reading this article the other day that out of the like 50 accents or whatever, Canadian accents were number 13 on the list of most sexy. And I was like, what the fuck? All I could hear was, hey, you wanna go for a rip there, bud? Go get your double there, bud?
Don't talk to me about my accent theory.
Yeah.
But
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's funny because I've been down I've dropped California here a few times. But I've been down to California. My buddy Tyler and I were down there, and people are like, "Hey, like, where's the place to go?" Like, we were chatting with them for a bit. Where's the place to go around here? I'm like, "We're not from here." Like, no, I'm like, "We're from Canada." They go, "Oh, you sound like we're from here." I'm like, "Yeah, it's a pretty similar accent. There's not a lot of like, we don't sound any different than they do."
See, when my girlfriend and I went to the States this past year for BlizzCon, we were in this Uber and we were asking our Uber driver, like, where are really good, like, local places to eat, like, not chains. And then he was like, oh, do you like Greek food? And we were like, oh, yeah.
Oh, gyros and gyros and gyros.
And then he burst out laughing, and her and I were like, what the fuck? Like, what did we do? And we just thought he was laughing at our enthusiasm. And he was like, I'm really sorry. I've never heard a Canadian accent before, like live in action. And her and I were like, what the hell? And he was like, you guys are from Canada, right? And we were like, he was like, you guys are from Canada, right?
Canada.
And we were like,
Canada.
we're from Canada. Yes.
Wait, how did you say that?
Canada.
Canada?
Canada.
Canada?
Canada.
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 You say it different than I do. You say it with an accent.
Canada.
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 You Canada. Canada. That's what it sounds like. Canada.
Canada.
No, it's Canada.
Well, technically, it was Canada.
Rolls off the tongue. Canada.
Canada.
It's light D. Soft D.
Yeah, I'm doing a soft D.
You're like Canada. Canada.
It's Canada.
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 Canada. Oh my God.
I can't say it right anymore. Where are you from? Canada.
Canada.
Shit. Canada. Canada. You kind of go up on the first A. Canada.
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 It's Canada.
With a smile. Canada.
It's Canada.
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 Anyway. What were we talking about?
And then our
He hadn't
Uber
heard your
driver,
accent before.
no, he just thought it was hilarious. And we were like, oh, does nobody here say, oh yeah?
Oh, yeah.
And he was like,
Okay.
he was like, we say like, oh yeah, not oh yeah.
Oh, God. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I love the change in our pitch when we swear. Fuck fuck off.
Oh yeah, like fuck off.
Fuck off.
Whereas normally like Americans are like fuck off. We're like fuck off.
We say it kind of as a joke. We're like,
Yeah.
fuck off.
Like fuck off. Fuck your face.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah. God damn it.
That's how I feel about this fucking shitty movie that we watched.
Yeah, honestly, the whole time I was like, for fuck's sake. For the fuck's sake.
Titanic 2.
Ah!
Yeah.
More like
A sequel.
Borbanic 2.
Piece of shit 2.
I
No, it was okay. So I didn't even know this movie existed.
No, me either.
My friend texted me. He says, "Hey, if you want to watch a shitty movie, you should review Titanic 2." I'm like,
Which
"What?"
just all around sounds like a bad idea.
I thought he was kidding.
Yeah. I
Then
was
I
like,
thought-
oh, is this like a fan-made YouTube video?
Yeah, I'm like, he's got to be kidding. Then I went, "Why would he lie to me? He's not gonna lie to me about a movie." So I was like, "He's like, is that on Amazon Prime?" So I looked up the trailer for it. I was like, "Oh my god, wow!" It was. Oh, hold on, let me grab my notes.
So fucking stupid.
It was 1 hour and 29 minutes of just awfulness.
And it was an hour too long.
2010. The critics didn't even
Yeah,
review it because I'm pretty sure it
2010.
went straight to DVD or straight to Netflix.
On IMDb, it has 1.6 stars out of
I've
10.
never seen a score that low.
No, me
I've
either.
never seen a. I've seen 0% of Rotten Tomatoes, but never a 1.6
Yeah.
on IMDb.
But boy, did it earn it.
You want to give the synopsis? You want to give the gist
Oh,
of the movie?
For fuck's sake.
Describe
For
the
fuck's
gist.
sake. Yeah.
For fuck's sake.
So, some super rich American guy does what super rich American dudes tend to do in movies and decides that he's going to change the future by altering the past, a la Jurassic Park, except without the budget. So he decides he's going to rebuild the unsinkable Titanic, but this time really make it unsinkable. And then do the maiden voyage, but backwards. He was doing the maiden voyage was from like Nova Scotia, Canada, or whatever, to New York. They're leaving New York and doing the maiden voyage in reverse, but it still is fucking doomed. And fun fact, in real life, Titanic's sister ships, the Britannica and the other one, I forget, both of those sank too.
Yeah, they mentioned that, I think. They're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, 3 of them sank."
So, bad call, dudes.
So, thank you for the synopsis. So this movie opens with an Arctic surfer surfing in the Arctic next to the
More
glacier. So,
like a fat dude in a wetsuit in a swimming pool, and they just
Yeah.
CGI'd the Arctic.
I'm like, that looks like a real iceberg.
Yeah.
So I understand, like they get waves up there. It's the same. They get waves. I don't know where, but do they actually wait for icebergs to break like that, create waves, and surf the waves? Is
Yeah,
it something that people do?
no.
I would think it might have happened once in a lifetime. Someone's done it, but I'm like, I don't think that's a regular thing because like you'd have
No.
to sit there forever. Like,
Yeah.
when's this iceberg gonna fall off? I'm
Exactly.
Like, I gotta pick up the kids in a while.
Plus, you'd hear about that more because, you know, that has to do with global warming
Mm-hmm.
and obvious. Like, you would totally hear about if a surfer surfed a wave caused by fucking glaciers melting and separating.
Yeah, it just seemed really, really weird.
Yeah.
So the iceberg falls. He surfs the first wave, and then a bigger piece falls, and it's like, so I guess we're led to believe he died up there.
Good.
And then
You're
we're
acting
at
stupid.
the introduction of the Titanic too. My first question is, why would you get on a ship with the name Titanic these days?
Yeah.
Even if it's Titanic,
Yeah.
the second,
I would be
it's
like,
probably cursed.
nope.
It's like, don't
Yeah.
name your ship Titanic. I bought a
Bad
new boat.
juju.
You want to go boating? Sure. What's its name? Titanic. I'm not getting on that thing.
You're like,
Fuck off.
why don't you just name it our imminent doom?
Idiot. Nobody's questioning it. There's no scientists at the start of
I
this movie
know.
going, well, I don't think it's a good idea.
And then, side note, on IMDb's page, it's like, this is not a direct sequel to the movie Titanic. Just a movie named Titanic 2. And I'm like, no shit, it's
Yeah.
not a direct sequel.
This is the unsinkable Titanic, made with wave detecting technology
yeah,
that can detect a wave up to 500 meters away. I'm like, okay, that's really not that far in the ocean.
yeah, in the grand scheme of
500
things.
meters, because later we find out that this tsunami is traveling at 800 miles per hour.
Which is like 1,000 kilometers an hour,
it's
basically.
1,280 kilometers per hour.
Wow.
Oh, trust me, I did the math on all of this. This tsunami could travel around the entire planet in 12 and a half hours at 800 miles per hour. It's just
It'd do more than capsize the
It's
ship.
just silly. Like, oh, it's going to push an iceberg in the path of the ship. I'm like, oh my God, but it's ice-proof, isn't it?
So, right off the bat, oh my
We're
God.
almost there.
The CGI. They
terrible.
CGI'd a fucking helicopter flying. They didn't even have the budget for a helicopter.
I don't know how much it would cost to rent a helicopter. Probably not cheap. You'd need a pilot's license, I would think.
Yeah,
So you need a pilot, and the insurance on it would be like, we need to sign here, and then we'll just authorize your $800,000 deposit for this
Yes.
attack chopper. And you're like, sorry, how much was that?
Yeah, literally,
800?
this movie literally only had 2 stars. Like, by stars, I mean acting.
What was the
people.
dude's name? The gray-haired dude, the dad?
I can't remember his name, but he was the guy that was like gelatinous in the first X-Men movie that slipped through the bars. He was like the FBI dude. And then there's Brooke Burns or whatever.
She was on a show called, I just remembered it now, called Dog Eat Dog.
Oh, yeah.
Way back when on TV.
I
Dog Eat Dog.
remember
She was the
that
host. I remember.
show.
This is weird. I remember these details. I remember her interview in Maxim magazine, because she was in Maxim magazine, and Maxim was huge back then. And I remember her saying that she likes to do weird shit, like when she's talking to someone, she'll just start doing the splits up the wall as she's in mid conversation and just watch their faces. I'm like, I don't know why I remember that random fucking fact, but I do.
Interesting.
Yeah, I saw her. I was like, who the fuck is that? I'm like,
Yeah,
oh, it's Brooke
same.
Burns. Oh shit.
I recognized her from the game show The Chase. It's on Netflix. It's this super genius called The Beast, and he's British, and he's super smart, and people try to play against him and win money and like trivia and stuff.
I hate people like that.
I know.
My friend Blake's like that in Trivia Pursuit. You got it wrong, you fucking idiot. We just get it's comical playing Trivial Pursuit with him.
Fucking
You
idiot.
fucking stupid person. I got it right, moron. Oh, it's him yelling that at me because I fucking hate trivia. I like trivia. I'm not good at trivia. Good at some trivia. Like give me Star Wars or Lord of the Rings trivia. I'll do that shit.
Yeah.
But sports or movies, we get a movie trivia.
Yeah.
Movie trivia, TV trivia.
Cute.
Excuse me. Okay, so we're introduced to the Titanic too, and I love the scenes. Like they used the same shot 3 times of people just
Waving. And
there's like
that
6 people in front of us, and then it's just the CGI thing in the back.
yeah.
Waving at a green screen.
Oh my god.
And my first impression of this Hayden guy, he steps out, he's like, yeah. I'm like, this guy looks like a douchey hockey player that plays maybe 3rd string.
Yeah.
And he's got the 4 girls with him. And
Yeah.
the one redhead in the gray dress was
Her nips.
she was just like, this is my fucking big break. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Everyone's looking at me. I'm like, she was just owning that role.
Yeah.
The other 3 where you can tell we're just like, oh my God, I know I'm making a couple $1,000 for this, I hope.
Yeah, and she was just like,
She's like, this is my fucking big break. They're going to never, I think I'm going to get every role after this. I'm like, man.
bless your heart.
It's just because I'm like, at one point I go, why? Why would you, like, where's your self-respect? Go mingle. Do some shit. Like, why are you just clinging to this guy the whole fucking movie?
And fun fact, I found out in the trivia, the guy who played Hayden or whatever, Hayden Walsh, he's Dick Van Dyke's grandson.
That's crazy.
Dick Van Dyke from Mary Poppins and Chitty Chitty Bang Bang and a bunch of other shit that was great.
He's rolling in his urn right now.
He's still alive.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
I just assumed he was dead.
I just picture Dick Van Dyke for some reason watching this podcast and being like,
I'm not dead.
yeah. It's like these fucking Canadians and their fucking stupid accents think I'm dead.
He hears me say that, and all of a sudden he just sits back and goes. And just disappears.
Oh my God.
What did he do?
How do we go in the sky?
Grandpa? 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 She's gone. Have you watched I Think You Should Leave on Netflix yet?
No.
Oh my God.
I think you should leave.
It's sketch comedy.
Ooh.
It's
Watch it tonight.
it's hilarious.
Okay.
It's so silly and stupid. But my favorite sketch in the whole 6 episodes, they're only about 15 to 17 minutes each. Will Forte on an airplane.
Oh my God.
That's all I'm going
What's
to
it
say.
called?
I Think You Should Leave. I'm pretty sure his is episode 5, like the end of
Okay.
episode 5 or episode 4. Will Forte is a master.
I love him.
He's so good. And he's another one, you watch him and he's unblinking. He's just right in Buddy's face, telling him everything, and he's not blinking. I'm like, God damn it. These guys are awesome.
Okay.
Okay. We met Hayden. I was like, why the fuck is this guy famous? What's going on?
Yeah.
And then we find out, he
inherited.
built the ship.
Yeah.
Or had the ship built. Barely. Like, it wasn't up to code at all. The thing was it's maybe the best ship ever made, and the thing we find out later just falls apart under the silliest circumstances. And then I'm like, it starts blowing up at one point for some reason.
I really struggled with this movie.
All right. I said, how is the only one worried about this? The dad.
Yeah.
Like, I said, where's the scientist? Why
No
is
one
nobody
else-
out there going, hey, probably not a good idea.
Yeah.
You're going to sail the same route the original Titanic did when it sank 100 years ago. Think that's a good idea? Go somewhere else. Go south. Just
Yeah.
go south. Stay away from the fucking icebergs.
Yeah.
Like, no, this thing is iceberg proof.
So
So-
clearly.
We get introduced to Brook Burns in the Arctic. And this is where we find out that the ice shelf is unstable and it breaks. And we were laughing about this earlier. The delayed reaction of everyone when they're like, she's like, I have to show you something.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't even know what they were looking at because we saw the shot and
No.
I'm like, what are we supposed to know?
They forgot to CGI it in.
Yeah, I'm like, what are we looking at?
The budget didn't allow it.
I guess not. And he's like, oh my God, that's from a glacier or something. And she's like, yes. And then starts
Yeah,
shaking
and
underneath
then-
them. I'm like, oh, fuck.
And then they just have this like Photoshop copy and paste like crack that they pasted on this fucking CGI iceberg. Oh my God.
Yeah, I made quite a few notes about the green screen being so bad. Like, yeah, I couldn't notice. I couldn't actually see any green from the chroma key behind them, which sometimes you can if you look
Yeah.
closely around the edges. There was none of that, but it was just so cheesy looking. Like,
Yeah.
so cheesy looking. It was hard to handle. So, this is one of those movies where I was looking at my phone some of the time.
Most of
I'm
the
like, oh, I see what's going on. And all the scenes lasted for 2 minutes too long. Like,
Yeah.
okay, we got what's happening. Oh, you're going to keep showing us. Cool.
Yeah. And then
Oh, you're gonna keep
reusing
talking
the
about
same
it.
scenes over and over and over.
Oh, I saw the same submarine shot 3 times.
Yep. Yeah.
Classic shit movie. Ugh, let's move right along. It's ground under them stars, blah, 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 blah. Oh, yeah, the sub. Oh, I love this. The black guy's like, Captain, we have some information. He's like, what's going on? And he turns around. He's looking at a screen with nothing on it. There's nothing on the screen. He's just going, oh, there's something in the water with these coordinates. And then we just saw an iceberg fall. It turns out he's like, this is what's going on. I'm like,
that.
what's he looking at? He's looking at a screen that isn't on. Like, I'm like you said, they might have forgot to CGI that in too. It could have been.
God. That's so bad.
Oh yeah, okay. So this I love. So I did some math. So this thing is traveling at 800 miles per hour. The Earth is 24,900 miles around. That's the circumference. This mega tsunami is traveling at 800 miles per hour. It would take 12 and a half hours for the thing to travel around the entire world. These people, you say, are sailing from New York to Nova Scotia. That's maybe 800 miles away from Greenland.
Mm-hmm.
So that thing is hitting them exactly the fucking 1 hour mark, which I guess it did. Huh.
Mm.
Touche. Titanic 2.
Oh, at least they
Touche.
got math right.
But yeah. Because I did the math on this too. You can make it 200 kilometers from my hometown of Brandon to Winnipeg in 9 minutes and 22 seconds.
Whoa.
That'd be insane. That's fast.
Yeah.
That's really fast. What's the fastest you've ever traveled at? Not counting an airplane.
Okay, I was like, like speed in a car.
Yeah.
I remember one time I managed to, not me personally driving, but I managed to get to where I used to live in Edmonton in like 12 hours living here.
From here?
From here. 12 or
Jesus.
12 to 14 hours.
I made it from, and that's counting the ferry too?
Yeah.
Jesus. You were driving?
No,
It's pretty fast because that's,
we didn't do any stops.
you had to stop for gas at least.
Well, yeah, but we didn't do any like gratuitous like hotel stops or anything.
Because I rode my motorcycle from Vancouver to Red Deer. I think it took me, I think I left at like 7 a.m. and I got there at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. And that's Red Deer. So that's like, still south of Edmonton. And I stopped a few times to warm up because it rained the whole way.
Ooh.
And I did not have good rain gear. Got to Banff and I was like, I fueled up and I walk inside. I'm like, can I use your bathroom for a second? And he's like, you okay? I'm like, I just need to warm up. And sat in front of the hairdryer just for a good 10 minutes warming up. The buddy behind the counter was like, man, where'd you ride from? I'm like, Vancouver. And he's like, good thing you weren't here yesterday. There's 3 trees down because tornadoes were ripping through here. I'm like, that's scary. Holy shit. He's like, yeah, you would have been stuck on the highway, like surrounded by tornadoes. I'm like, all right, rain's not that bad. It was cool because it stopped, like in Banff, it finally stopped, and I was dry for an hour and a half. And then just as I was pulling into it, was like just south of Red Deer. I can't remember the name of the town. And, it was just Gasoline Alley, like on the south end of Red Deer.
Oh.
And the rain just fucking hitting sideways. It just started fucking coming down. I'm like, this is not cool. Pulled into one of the gas stations just to get out under cover. And it was still like I'm in the middle of the whole canopy area and it still hit me. I'm like, Jesus Christ. My buddy lived on the north end of town that I was staying with. So I was there for a wedding. I was only there for 2 nights and I rode back.
Oh, wow.
And I got to my buddy's place. And I'm like, come up to the door, just fucking shivering. Like, knock on the door. He's like, how are you? I'm like, I need a shower. We need to go to the hottest bar in town. And I don't mean like the fucking coolest one, just one with the most people. I need to warm up. And that's what we did. I had like the hottest shower ever. And I'm like, let's go to the bar. Went to the bar and just grabbed a drink. And I'm like, I'm going to the dance floor. Just like sat there. Warm me up, people. It was nice.
That's smart.
It works.
Yeah.
So anyway, fucking back to this piece of shit movie.
Yeah, god damn it.
There's an iceberg. Oh, so of course, the inevitable happens. They hit a fucking iceberg.
Yeah, of course they do.
It's like,
Yeah.
it's the Titanic 2.
Yeah, what do you expect?
It's not iceberg proof. Iceberg hits them. They start listing lazily to the left. They start sinking. And all the engine. Oh, God. So the engines stop. And the builder's like, keep running on the other ones. And the captain's like, we need to fucking stop you, moron. The engines aren't broken in. If you're any sort of engineer, which I thought you were, like a smart guy, you should know, smart idea. Put them to rest for a second, let them cool down, fire them up again.
Yeah.
But he's like, no, just run it. Like the back and forth between the captain and that guy was painful to watch. They're just like yelling at each other. The one guy's like,
I know, it's like a big
I'm like, why are you
pissing
shouting?
contest.
They are definitely not neutral. Not working from neutral. They're just up here.
Yeah.
It's like, God, no, stop. That was hard to watch. And I was like, okay, shit. And then, of course, they just kill all the engines because they're morons. And then, does it blow up now? Oh, wait, oh, shit. So they're sinking. And someone goes, looks like history's repeating itself.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, what did you think was going to happen?
Yeah. Like,
idiots.
did you think that it was not going to happen? Literally.
I miss doing movies we like.
Yeah.
I like doing both. This was just garbage.
This is the worst piece of shit I've ever seen in my entire life.
Well, I was thinking so like the second one that hits is a mega tsunami, 800 miles per hour, because there was 2 of them, right? There was 2 of them in this. 800 miles per hour. That's fast. That's really fast. Everything in the water would just get picked up and tossed. Like everything, because like apparently, when a tsunami hits the land, it slows down at the speed of a car. It says so like 60, like 30 to 40 miles per hour. And like you'll see if you've seen tsunami footage, it's slow when it's hitting the land. It's hard to believe that it can go 500 miles per hour.
Yeah.
I'm trying to believe 800 miles per hour is just crazy. So I just like I don't understand how they get hit by it. It just rolls. Like just rolled and then it eventually sank. I'm like, no, it would have been just flying in 800 mile per hour water for a while. Until it got slammed into the fucking continent.
Yeah.
That I didn't understand. But
it didn't add up, like how powerful this tsunami was to how unpowerful like the ship was affected.
Yeah. And it starts to fall apart in weird ways. it's not getting rocked by stuff, but there's wires hanging out of the wall
Yeah.
and light fixtures falling. I'm like, you guys put this together really shoddily. It's pretty fucking terrible building. And now, so there's one scene later on where there's like electrical cables in the water. I'm like, why are those hanging down? They wouldn't be hanging down.
And then they have to monkey bar across to not get zapped.
Oh, I get a kick out of this. So this is 44 minutes in. This is when everybody starts panicking like
Yeah.
motherfuckers. And the falling. Everyone's falling. And it's comical. I'm like, who are you tripping over? You're tripping
Yeah.
over yourself. Everyone just tripped over themselves. Like, oh, I tripped over a step. Oh, I tripped over my
Yeah.
feet. I'm like, what? Why are you doing this? So they start loading the elevators. And this dude's yelling, women only, only the women. I'm like, why is he only calling for women?
Yeah,
Like,
because
it's like you
it's
say, always say
that
women
thing-
and children only.
Yeah,
But I'm like, this guy's got ulterior motives.
yeah. he's
Women
like-
only. Get out of here, dude. Women only. Women only. He's like, yeah, now you're in the elevator with me.
And then that annoying ass passenger, mustache, long haired guy that's like
Oh,
causing.
that punched him?
Yeah.
Punched him, and then she's like, hey, there's bigger things to worry about. He's like, okay. And just leaves. I'm
Yeah.
like, what?
And then when he's trying to get on the lifeboat, and he's like, "Let me on!" Like, they're like, "Nope."
The writing in this was a 15-year-old's writing. No, that's
That's
12-year-old's
too
writing.
generous. Yeah.
10-year-old's writing.
An 8-year-old.
Yeah. So, then later on, he's even yelling, "This ladies only, just groups of ladies."
Yeah.
I said, "Who is this guy?"
He's trying to like repopulate an island or something.
Just amping.
Oh,
yeah. Okay.
Because he kept rushing her and he doesn't know shit about first aid. He's like, "Hurry, hurry!"
She's like, "I need this and this." Hurry up, she's dying. I'm like, fucking calm down, dude. You're getting her all amped up.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
And then she's like, "I can't find any bandages in the first aid room. Give me your credit card." And she tapes his credit card
Yeah.
to her chest wound. Like, oh, okay.
The new American Express card, even good for patching up bullet holes or whatever the fuck you've got on your chest.
Yeah,
wound.
like I don't even know. I don't even understand what was wrong with her.
I thought you just, I can't even remember what happened to people in this movie.
No.
I think I watched it last night. I finished it last night.
Yeah, I watched it this morning
I'm kind of high right now.
and I can't
It happens.
remember.
Where's the tape? Where's the tape?
Where's the tape? And I hate when people look for things like this in movies. They're like, where is it?
The whole time, it always seemed like there was maybe 60 people on this ship.
Yeah.
So that leads me to believe that a lot of people were sensible about this. That's what I want to think is like people going, free trip on the Titanic too? No, I'm going to pass, man.
I don't even think it was free. Like, think about it. It wouldn't be free.
Well, nobody was drinking any alcohol or eating. There was
True.
no catering.
But then
it seemed like a
again-
very desolate ship.
That dinner scene looked like it was filmed in a high school gymnasium.
Oh, absolutely. This whole movie did.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Like, I don't think they could afford alcohol on the set.
They probably only had about 25 extras, and they just rotated them through.
Yeah.
Like, that guy was in that scene. We're in a different suit. What's going on here? But
Yeah.
by then, you're like, this movie sucks anyway.
Yeah, by then you're not even watching. You're like, fuck.
And then why did it explode? So there was a scene
Yeah.
where the captain's at the helm, and he's just sweating, and he's just starting to get dizzy. I'm like, what is he doing?
Yeah, is he on drugs?
Well, I thought maybe the air conditioning's broken, and
Oh, yeah,
they're
maybe.
in the fucking North Atlantic. It's not 85
It's not
degrees
hot.
outside Celsius, not Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
It's difference. I'm like, what's wrong with him? He's like ready to pass out, and they're like on the radio, like, hey, USS Titanic 2, come in. He's like, what's happening, sir? And then boom, the ship explodes.
Yeah, out of nowhere with no explanation.
And I love the reaction shots. Priceless.
Yeah, and they couldn't afford to actually show it blowing up. They just showed reaction faces.
Well, there was a distant shot of flames coming out, but
Yeah.
it did not. Look at someone struck a lighter
Yeah.
in front of it. Oh, yeah, the elevator scene. So they're stuck in the elevator, the old two that were dating before.
Oh, yeah.
And he goes, all right, we're going to try to open that hatch. I'm going to pick you up. Put your feet in my hands. And go. And he like pushes her up, and she's going,
Yeah, she's like, I can't.
it's stuck. And I would think, okay, just straighten your arms, bitch. And I'm just going to
Yeah.
push you straight up. I'm straighten your legs and your arms and just be a stick.
yeah.
And I'm just going to fucking stand up. And then he goes, all right, lets her down and goes, hang on. Smash. And finds an axe. I'm like, Why didn't you just get the axe first and just start going slam, slam, slam on the
Yeah.
door, dummy? Just that process was just, it made no sense. It made no sense at all. And why would you go to an elevator in that instance?
Yeah.
It just seems
'Cause
dangerous. The place isn't working properly.
Yeah.
And her phone was working in the elevator.
Oh, yeah.
She called her dad, or her dad called her. I'm like, you're in an elevator in a ship that is sinking into the ocean.
But
in
sure,
the
let me
middle
make
of the
a
North
call.
Atlantic.
I'm surprised there wasn't like product placement for AT&T.
Where's the nearest tower? Where's the nearest tower? 100 miles to the fucking west?
Pretty much. And then
I love these little things.
I do too.
I'd like being able to just
Yeah.
be on the mic and not have that big windscreen, the pop filter in front of us.
Yeah.
This was a good idea. It took 40 some episodes to figure it out.
But we're here, baby.
This sounds pretty good. We made it. We're getting smarter.
But yeah, so then they escape the elevator and it's
Oh, and they climb up the ladder at a snail's pace.
yeah, they're like, it's fine. It's fine. I don't need to walk with purpose.
She climbs 2 rungs and goes, oh my God. Are you coming?
And then her friend is still alive with them. And they're trying to like prop open a door. And then he's propping it open with the axe. And then the main bitch can't. Amy. Yeah. She can't get through the door. But she's a tiny person. So I'm like, and it's a pretty wide opening. So I don't know, Amy, just do it.
Think thin.
And she's scooching through, and then her friend Kelly is like about to go through, and Hayden is propping it open with the axe, and for some reason the axe is getting like warped. And Kelly's like, Hayden, the axe, and he's like, just go.
She says, widen the axe.
Oh God.
Can't widen an axe.
Oh God.
Sorry.
Fuck. And then she hops through, and then like the door slams shut and crushes her. And then Hayden just hops on over Kelly's dead body and is like,
It's like, whoop, sorry.
time to go.
I don't know, she got jammed in that door. That was brutal.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, hard to, like, how could she have not got through? There was enough space for her.
I know.
She was thin.
And how, yeah.
So the whole ship is falling apart.
And then if the door was struggling to stay propped open with an axe, it wouldn't stay propped open big enough for Hayden to fit with Kelly's body there. It would.
No. So then we get to the cable in the water. So there's water in the water's leaking in the hallway. They're like, oh my God, we gotta run, go. And they turn a corner. It's like psh, 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 a broken cable. I'm like, why is the cabling should be in the ceiling?
Yeah.
Why is it on the ground? Like, would you just have loose cables everywhere? It's like, oh no, it broke. How the fuck did it break? The hallway wasn't compromised because they climbed a pipe. I've been doing a lot of bouldering lately. I learned how to use my legs, like heel hooking and toe hooking and core and shit. They climbed in the most inefficient way anyone could fucking climb. Hand over hand, and he's like... like, just fucking get your legs up on there.
Yeah.
Get the weight on your legs and just shimmy.
Yeah.
Shimmy. And he could have told her to do the same thing. Or he could have put her up there first because she's like, I can't.
Yeah.
I can't
He
jump.
just fucking goes. He could have
like,
given her
"Just
a
do it."
boost. He's taller than she is.
Yeah. And then she's like, I can't. She just gives up before she even tries. I'm
Yeah.
like, wow. You know what? You deserve to die.
Yeah. Like,
So they survive the 800 mile per hour tsunami wave that hits like right then.
yeah.
And end up I didn't understand this part. Where do they end up, those two?
The dive locker.
Yeah, in like a cabinet.
Yeah.
Because
And they
I just
survived.
blinked and I was like, okay, she survived.
Yeah, and they survived being in the cabinet and then having the ship capsize.
Then the starts filling up with water.
Yeah,
and then she
good.
gets the wetsuit and he's like shivering like crazy. And he's like, just breathe until it's all done. And then with the air's, you're going to breathe the air for a while and you're going to get out of here. And then her dad melty guy from X-Men, comes in and gets her. And
then Hayden's like,
oh, they bring his corpse. I'm like, why are you bringing his corpse?
because
What are you doing?
he had said that she was like, let me, I'm taking off the wetsuit. This is ridiculous. And he's like, no. Like, I'm already freezing. Keep the wetsuit on. And she's like, okay, but we'll share the air. And he's like, no, we're not going to share the air because that has 30 minutes of air in it. I'm going to die from hypothermia anyway. So you might as well have the whole tank of air to wait. And then I can be resuscitated because my body temperature is going to be so low that.
Oh, he actually said that?
Yeah.
I missed that part. I didn't hear him say that.
Yeah, he was like, my body temperature will be low, so I'll be able to be resuscitated, blah, blah, blah.
Oh.
And she was like, okay. So then it shows them like kissing, like I give a shit.
Mm-hmm. Because it was a non-believable relationship between the two of them.
Yeah. And then they show the water coming over and he eventually like, succumbs. And then her dad comes and gets her. And then they're on the like life raft, which somehow survived the hit because that life raft was in the water before. And then she's doing CPR on him and he's not.
Oh, that was like,
I was like,
what is going on?
I was like,
here?
yes, don't come alive. Don't pass. Like, if he comes back to life, this whole, like, not one single fucking thing about this movie is going to be believable. So I did appreciate the fact that he stayed dead and he.
It's the perfect ending.
Yeah. And it just ended after that. She was like, come on. And then it just ended. And I'm
It's
like,
oh, I expected him to start coughing up water.
Yep,
I'm like,
same.
don't.
I was
He's
expecting
been
him to
underwater
be
for
that
so
classic of-
long. No, I was like, no, you can't do it. And they did, and I was like, yes. That was the best part of the whole movie.
yep. The fact that he stayed dead. Yeah. That ending.
Watching him drown and then watching him not get resuscitated.
So
So
satisfying.
dark.
Yeah.
And that's the end.
Yeah.
I just wrote Finn.
And that I wrote LOL good, he died, stay dead. That's it. What a piece of shit.
We made it through.
I
Not quite as good as the first one. You
made
know,
it through.
if they put Leo in this, it might have been better.
Can you imagine? He would not have had a career after this if he did a sequel.
That would be hilarious seeing big name actors do shit movies like this. No, it wouldn't. It would be sad.
No.
It would be hard to watch. It would be. You couldn't do it.
Yeah.
The whole time you'd be going, why are you doing this? Fuck. Oh, well, we made it.
Yeah. I made it through.
Another podcast
Didn't know how much
about Titanic 2. Find us on. I don't even need to do that.
Yeah. You know where to find
you
us.
know where we are.
Hit us up for suggestions to watch movies.
Yeah. Give us ideas.
Yeah.
We're gonna have some guests on here pretty soon too.
Yeah.
Yeah. My buddy Kendall, we're gonna get him on here.
And Evan.
Evan, we're gonna get Evan on here too. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let's call it there. Bye,
Bye.
everybody.
This is Real Garbage.